Daniel returned to his hometown on a quiet night when even the wind felt tired of speaking. The streets looked smaller, the houses older, yet every corner remembered his footsteps. He parked near the broken bus stop where he once waited every morning with dreams heavier than his bag. The bench was rusted, but his memory sat there perfectly intact. He had left this town at 18, believing escape was courage. Now at 38, he realized courage might have been staying and speaking. His childhood home still stood, walls thin, memories thick, silence louder than words. His father's voice was discipline, his mother's presence was patience, emotions were never invited. Daniel learned early that silence kept peace, but it also buried pain alive. At school he watched others laugh loudly while he collected thoughts quietly. The only place he felt safe was the old library at the edge of town. That library smelled of dust, paper, and forgotten dreams waiting to be touched again. That was where he met Emma, a girl who spoke like the world owed her answers. She talked, questioned, laughed, and somehow made Daniel feel important without trying. They shared books, silence, an unspoken understanding that felt deeper than words. Emma believed Daniel's thoughts mattered even when he never shared them. As years passed, friendship grew roots, unnoticed but unbreakable. Emma dreamed of leaving, of bigger cities and louder lives. Daniel dreamed too, but fear held his tongue hostage. The night before graduation she asked if he would come with her. His hesitation answered before his mouth ever could. Emma smiled gently, hiding disappointment behind kindness, and walked away from the question. She left town weeks later, carrying dreams Daniel was too afraid to chase. Life stayed behind with Daniel, heavy and unmoving. His father passed away suddenly, leaving no goodbye, only guilt. His mother became quieter, smaller, disappearing inside her own sadness. One night, feeling trapped and invisible, Daniel packed his bag and left before sunrise. He thought leaving would heal him, but silence followed faithfully. The city was loud, cruel, and beautiful in equal measure. Daniel failed, learned, struggled, and slowly found his voice among strangers. Success came, respect followed, but fulfillment never stayed long. Love entered his life but never stayed, unable to compete with walls he built. Years passed. Achievements stacked up, yet something always felt missing. Then a letter arrived in his mother's trembling handwriting, time running out. Daniel returned home carrying success but lacking peace. His mother smiled when she saw him, holding his face like he might vanish again. They spoke more in those final days than they ever had before. Regrets surfaced, truths softened, silence finally loosened its grip. Before she passed, she whispered that silence can protect but also steal lives. On his last evening, Daniel walked to the old library one final time. It was being rebuilt, reborn, much like parts of himself. Inside stood Emma, older yet familiar, time pausing between them. Years collapsed into moments as they spoke without fear for the first time. They shared truths, missed chances, and understanding without blame. As they parted, Emma said some stories do not end. They wait. Driving away at dawn, Daniel felt lighter than ever before. The town hadn't changed, but he had finally learned to speak. Silence no longer controlled him, because he understood its cost. Sometimes the bravest thing is returning and saying what you never did.